It's time now to work in the most interesting method for the users. This is the update method. The update method is, of course, to change or edit any specific instance of a user that already exists. So for update, we need to verify that the user already exists, validate the fields that we receive accomplished with some specific rules, and then verify field by field what we have to do and then save. So let's do it. First, we need to obtain the instance of the user, just like we did in the show method. Then we need some new rules, a little similar for the creation rules, but not the same. First, the name is not required because maybe the user does not want to update the name. In fact, no one of those fields are required. But of course, if the email is sent, should be equally a valid email, it should be a unique email. And the password, if sent, should be a minimum 6 characters length and should be confirmed. Additionally, we have a little detail with the email validation because the email must be unique. So what happens if a user sent an update request using his own email? So basically, Laravel is going to say that that email already exists, but of course that already exists is the email of the user that is performing the request. So we need to accept from this validation the user that is performing the request. Let's imagine that the user that is performing the request is the same specified by that ID. So for that, we need to validate the email and accepting the user with the received ID. Additionally, we have an admin field. A user can be modified in order to change his account to be an admin or not. So the admin values must be in two possible values. Is an admin user or it is not. We don't need to validate something related with the verification or the verified field because that field cannot be directly modified. The only way to modify that value is, of course, verifying the email, but cannot be changed directly. So we just need to work with those elements. So first, we need to verify if we received a name. So if the request has a name, we just need to change that. So we just set the new name based on what we received from the request. Now, if we receive an email, if the request has an email and the email is different from the original email, so we need to say that the user is not verified anymore. We need to establish a new validation token. And of course, update the email field. Now, with the password. If the request has a password, so we need to encrypt the received one. Now, the interesting part is for the admin field. If the request has an admin and the user is verified, so we can perform the change. In other case, not. So, if the user is not verified, we just need to return an error response. The error format is going to be like this: a description of the error, and a status code that in this case is going to be 409, specifying a conflict, and the response code. So the message is going to be only verified users can modify the admin field. In the case of this user is verified, so we just need to assign that value. Of course, this operation should be done only by any other admin user, but currently we don't have a way to verify that. Of course, in the future sections, in the security layer, we are going to see how to verify that some specific operations are performed only by an administrator user. Now, after that, we need to check if something already changed in the model, because if anything changed, so we need to return a response saying that something must be changed in order to perform an update. So let's do it. If the isDirty method returns true, it means that the user changed. In other case, we are going to return an error. You need to specify a different value to update, and the code is going to be 422. Now, if something already changed, so we just need to save that changes. And that can be done using the save method. After that, we just need to return a response with the user instance. Just like this. So let's to see what we have using Postman. Let's to perform a put request, and we are going to modify the user to 01. So as you can see, we are not sending nothing because for the put, patch, and delete methods, we can't send data in the form data. We need to use the xwww form URL encode. So as we don't send anything, we have this error. If we send a name, we have the instance with a new name. It is an unverified user, so if we send admin to true, we can see that only verified users can modify the admin field. So we can see that it is working properly, and we can continue in the next class with a very simple method. See you there.